Any percent, no infinite jump. So basically, this game has an infinite jump glitch. Once you get the slingshot, you can use it to essentially trick the game into thinking you're on the ground when you're not. This run beats the game as quickly as possible without using that. Don't think that just because one glitch is not allowed, the entire run is completely non-broken, because this is still a very broken run. This is off to an amazing start. Because I forgot I couldn't cancel. So basically, you might notice every time I catch a monkey, I switch gadgets. I was forgetting that I don't have a gadget on square, which is my preferred, or circle, which are my preferred cancel buttons. So I was making the mistake of pushing the wrong key. So Spike has a little animation where he picks up the net. That gets skipped if you switch gadgets. The same thing applies to any of the other gadgets with a different animation. So every time I end up using a gadget, I'm going to be switching to another one pretty much immediately, with a few exceptions. Hey, oopses.
Let's go! Gotcha.
So what I just did there is not a regular double jump, it's a neutral double jump. Because in this game, if you double jump, you lose all your momentum. But if you're neutral, it doesn't reset it, and so you can keep your speed and essentially jump a little farther than the game intended you to. This comes into play later with another trick. Also, you're not supposed to be able to just jump up to the last monkey there, but by using the slope to bump Spike up above the water level slightly, you are able to make that jump. So this is Molten Lava. The beginning of Molten Lava doesn't really matter too much. The important thing is that you make a specific cycle. Making that cycle is very dependent on what this monkey does. If you catch him slowly, you're not going to make the cycle. If you catch him quickly, you're basically guaranteed to catch this elevator cycle. That saves you about 10 seconds over missing it.
Yes!
You think I should... the thing is, the neutral double jump is used quite a bit in the early stages. Like, Molten Lava has a lot of them. So that's why I would explain it there. Like, before Molten Lava. So we go into Thick Jungle, we're given another new gadget, the Monkey Radar.
Let's go!
Which boxes have the monkeys is completely RNG. Doesn't really matter, as long as you don't have to deal with both in the middle sides. So it's pretty luck-based there, which is a fitting introduction to Thick Jungle, because Thick Jungle is probably one of the most luck-based levels in the entire game. Also, the Monkey Radar is completely useless this in this round.
Go!
Because I obviously know where all the monkeys are. Well, this is going amazing. Okay. Okay, so that monkey that just jumped in the UFO, if you move just right, I did not there, there's a chance he won't notice you. Right, there's another slope jump where I just use the slope to get a bit of extra height. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be able to knock that monkey down yet, but I can't be certain of this. So if you catch the UFO monkey, the level ends there, but since I did not, I have to go over here, and this loses about 10 seconds to getting the UFO monkey.
Yes!
Okay, so next up is Dark Ruins. Dark Ruins is, compared to the last couple levels, relatively easy. It's a breather. There's not too much luck involved, just a bit, but it's not the bad kind of luck, where you just flat out lose time. It's the kind you can handle. So first, pretty much the only time in the game we crawl, just to keep that monkey who does outspeed Spike from running away. And right here, I turn the camera a bit to avoid lag. Ape Escape is a very laggy game. There's a lot of subtle camera manipulation to avoid some, but right there is some of the most obvious. So that's the first bit of luck in the level. Those enemies have slightly random positions. They're, again, nothing you can't deal with. You lose a couple seconds if you get hit. This is the only other bit of luck, and I'm gonna go for it. I probably shouldn't have gone for that, but those birds can knock you down and make you die. I wanted to suicide there because you respawn wherever you last went through a screen transition. And so that lets me go back up here and essentially go back on the intended path.
Yes!
Okay. So in normal any percent, this is where the game would get broken. Because going into Cryptic Relics, you're given the slingback shooter, and this is the thing that lets you infinite jump.
Let's go!
So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that in the training, your guided pellets don't go down. And just kill everything with guided pellets to keep me from having to aim. It's slightly faster because you can hit multiple things at once, and it's a whole lot easier too.
I'm going for it.
So Cryptic Relics is probably the level most affected.
Hi-ya.
Instead of doing this pretty direct path to these first two monkeys, you have to go through a couple of hoops. I have timed it, this is the best method, and that spider. That might actually cost me. Because just like the beginning of Molten Lava, I am dependent on a bit of a platform cycle here. And I'm probably going to miss it now.
Hi-ya.
Nope, still got it. So that's a print cycle. So those mistakes didn't actually waste any time.
Hi-ya. Ya. Ya.
You can make that shot from the slope without having to go into first person. It's a bit tricky though. So these red birds are guaranteed to drop explosive pellets. This doesn't really come into play. I grab an extra one here just because the bird's in the way and kind of hits you if you don't kill it. But it doesn't really matter too much.
Yes.
Because the explosive pellets, the enemies in TV Tower, all the way near the end of the game, are guaranteed to drop 3 explosives. And the 7 you start with are more than enough to carry you to TV Tower. So right now we have the first Jake race. What you're supposed to do is have to beat Jake to leave. I don't feel like it. So, the previous level really broke the game normally. Krabby Beach is where the game starts breaking no matter what. Now we get the Super Hoop. If you thought the movement in this game was slow, you're right, it kind of was slow. So that's where the Super Hoop comes in. In a speedrun, you can pretty much imagine once you get this, you never let it go. It never goes away. So we get the first really cool strategy, unique to no infinite jump in this level.
I'm going for it.
So right there, to catch that monkey, what I did was a double boost jump. Essentially, if I push the button the Super Hoop is equipped to, in this case circle, and then immediately jump, then you keep the hoop's speed into the jump. Additionally, if I do the neutral jump, like in the air. Oh, nice, best segment.
Yes.
So if I do the neutral jump, then I keep the speed further. That lets me jump from the tree up to that last monkey. I've timed it. That loses about 2 or 3 seconds to just infinite jumping up there. So naturally, the Super Hoop is critical to a good run. So Coral Cave's pretty straightforward with its route. Aside from that one little trick at the start to get the shark monkey, which, yes, that is the intended way, the rest of the level goes pretty much how you'd expect. Normally coming up this way would be not worth it, but there's 2 monkeys up here. Oh, okay. If he jumps down, you're stuck in the water, and the water is slower than doing that. Okay, that's a tricky jump to get because that platform likes... Ooh, guided pellet. That platform really likes just knocking you off.
Yes.
So the fact that I was able to jump off there is really good. So basically, if you're up against the wall with the super hoop, the game goes, nope, you're going to bounce off. We just call that hoop physics. That ledge, that little platform is a 45-degree angle, so you do get bounced off, but if you jump pretty much immediately, you are able to jump off of it.
Let's go.
A little bit of camera strats. I was going for a pretty cool strategy where you can jump off those bones and essentially just not go in the water. It looks awesome, it's faster, so naturally I was going to go for it. So this is a weird room in that pretty much no matter what you do, you're going to go through it in the same amount of time. So rather than engage this mini-boss normally, it's dead. I just shoot it 6 times. And that it dies. Pretty much no matter what you do, you're going to make this cycle anyway, and so it doesn't really matter too much. The only important thing is what you do after. Oh, that's never happened before. Ah, I'm losing a lot of time here now. Yeah, especially oh, I shouldn't have gotten away with that. Maybe I won't lose that much time because I got that. So the level would normally end on that monkey. Instead it ends on that monkey.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't usually get away, but every once in a while, it just happens. I have never seen him attack as I'm dropping onto him now. So Snowy Mammoth is pretty tough. Just because this level pretty much emulates the any % route completely, with one exception, the very beginning.
Let's go. Hiya. 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 Ya. Hiya. Ya. Hiya.
That series of jumps
Hiya. Hiya. Ya.
naturally, if you're infinite jumping, you can just go straight up there. You don't need to worry about any of those silly jumps. And I forgot to shoot the mammoth. So minor mistake, I was supposed to shoot the mammoth before catching the third monkey, so that other guy would be closer, but no big deal. Okay, maybe it's a big deal. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that level went. It's very difficult to get right. So if you thought the super hoop was breaking the game, we're about to get the Sky Flyer. The Sky Flyer does exactly what it sounds like. This is how the game intends you to get around.
Yeah. Hiya. Hiya.
Because it lets you both go long distances and up large heights. Instantly, your mobility triples, especially when you combine this with boost jumps.
Let's go. Hiya. Hiya. Yeah. Hiya. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hiya. Hiya.
So all of a sudden, movement explodes. Hey, Jez. Okay, I could have gone there, but these icicles waste a lot of time if you hit them. So what I just did there with the stun club was I used it to instantly turn Spike's direction. And then hit L1 to center the camera behind Spike. As a result of this, I'm able to instantly move the camera to whatever direction I want. And I usually have a pretty specific direction I want.
Yes.
So Hot Springs is... To anyone who played this as a kid, Hot Springs is a really terrifying level. It's very vertically oriented, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Just because it's so vertically oriented.
Let's go.
It's also one of the laggiest levels in the game.
Gotcha. Hiya. Yeah. Hiya. Hiya.
The reason this is such a dreaded level is these ice bridges. Thankfully, there's easy ways to deal with them. 2 of them, in fact. You can either do what I just did there. Okay, the bluebirds always drop guided pellets, and guided pellets are good. So you can either do what I do and just hoop, 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 jump off, or what you can do is just slowly jump across. They both work. The slow jumping is obviously easier, but 1, it doesn't look as tight, and 2, it's slower.
Yes.
So with Hot Springs out of the way, we get one more easy level, and then the game does not let up from this point forward. But first, Jake wants another race. When will he learn I don't want to race? So Sushi Temple is definitely a breather level.
Let's go.
There's only one sort of difficult section to it, and it's right at the beginning. Got it. But yeah, that triple catch is not as easy as it looks. The rest of the level is really just straightforward. Ooh, that was really good!
Yes!
Crumbling Castle is very easy in any percent. In No Infinite Jump, it's easier than most of the other levels, but it's still not easy to get a good one. So, Wabi Sabi Wall. Another level that I think anyone who played this as a child is terrified of. There's a lot of platforming over bottomless pits, and a lot of really vicious monkeys. I'm just gonna go through casually and ignore all that. So that monkey's pretty vicious. He barely even had time to see me. You're probably noticing how much I'm using the boost jump here. Just in general, that's because it's such a useful tool in this game. Oh yeah, Gong Room. These guys are vicious. They played nice. This guy can randomly decide to just shoot you out of the air. He played nice. One of the few jumps I don't use a boost jump for, just because I want the slowdown. So yeah, that last monkey. That last monkey's not really a threat. You're supposed to need to use the RC car there, but you can shoot him through the wall. So Crumbling Castle is the first boss level, where you're tasked with just going and catching Spectre instead of catching so many monkeys. So, naturally, you're supposed to catch monkeys to gain access to certain areas. But the developers overlooked something. They overlooked something pretty major, actually. They overlooked that you could just do that. Okay. That's scary because there's a literal bottomless pit down there. You do not die in this literal bottomless pit. Ah, I took too long in setting up the shotgun button. So the boss of this area, you absolutely need full health for. Like, it's not even something helpful. It's a flat out requirement. So getting hit there costs a lot more time than it would just look like. Before we get to the boss is on the roof of the castle. I'm going out the way I came in. This is ground level. Why would I do that? Because I have a plan. Slope jump to Skyflyer. And here's the boss room. This is kind of an anticlimactic fight. He's supposed to take 5 hits from the stun club, but explosive pellets deal 1.5 times as much damage. So that knocks him down to 2 explosives, 2 stun clubs. Getting hit makes the boss make himself vulnerable, so you just take 4 hits, hit him 4 times, and that's that.
Yes!
So basically, the plot of this game is dumb, because monkeys go back in time to change the past. Oh no, stop them. So, now you get back to the future. Ha, yes. And with getting back to the future, the monkeys are still running around. So basically, now you get a cool future gadget that's almost completely useless in the RC car. You're gonna see me use it once or twice. I'm pretty sure I use it twice in the run. No, 3 times, because of the ending gauntlet. Not counting the training where you're forced to use it.
Let's go!
Probably should have practiced this level, because it's pretty tough. Three? 4? New record for bad luck! 6! I can't even be mad at that. That monkey, he will always walk forward, but he has a random amount of animations he's gonna do. Before that, the most I'd seen was 4, but now I've seen 6. So City Park naturally has some vicious monkeys too. We're gonna start with this guy. He's pretty nasty. This is not going well. I'm gonna do the safe strat for the ending. I'm losing a lot of time here because of the first monkey, really. There was nothing I could have done.
Yes!
Oh, you guys. So I'm gonna need the slingback shooter coming up, so I equip it now.
Let's go! Hiya!
You troll! Sometimes the game just randomly decides you're not allowed to swing your thing. Sometimes. It just happened there. Also, for some reason, my tank shot missed. So I had to suicide and try it again. That probably cost about 15 seconds. Okay, that half makes up for it. So that monkey sometimes can be caught through the gate. I always shoot him with an explosive in this category just because it makes it more likely. So this strategy is one of my favorites. For pretty obvious reasons, I think. He's gonna charge at me. Oh, I messed that up. It's possible to hit the mech as he's jumping up. It's just really precise. But there's literally no harm in going, so I always do. Okay, that could be worse. That could be worse. So yeah, like I said, the game does not let up. If you thought the last two splits had luck involved, this split, the TV tower... Please don't tell me I re-entered. Okay, I didn't re-enter. So this level is the second boss level, where you're tasked with catching Spectre. Unlike Crumbling Castle, though, the developers didn't miss a way and just break in. So you actually do have to go out of your way to go catch Spectre. I mean, to go catch monkeys so you can go catch Spectre. You need 3 monkeys to get into the second half where there's a tank. Why there's a tank inside a TV tower, I will never know. And another 3 to reach the boss room. So that's 6 total. So there's a 1 frame window to catch that monkey through the floor like that. I always go for it because I need to knock him down in this category anyway. Now we exit the level to warp out. So this gets us back to the beginning of the level quickly. And that's pretty important, because backtracking out of that basement is slow.
Let's go!
So this monkey has a huge range of places he can be. That's pretty good since I need to go that way anyway. I'm gonna need the RC car here, because this boss strat requires it. So the reason I need the RC car will be pretty clear soon. So we go and we park it here, we switch back to the hoop, and we wait. This boss has a lot of waiting. I think he only has so many missiles he can fire, so it's good that he fires them early because of this. This phase, he can either, so when he lands, he will either he'll shoot two things. He can either do the very fast red animation, like that, or shoot some blue UFOs. I can hit him immediately with the car, because he has wind that'll blow you back. So nothing else hits him as fast as the car does. So after 2 go-rounds of blasting off, shooting missiles, and landing, then he just starts trying to bomb you. That is where you can break out the slingback shooter and shoot him with explosive pellets. This is really good luck. Okay, so I wanted to show you what the blues did, but reds are faster anyway, so this is really good. So now, after a set amount of time, he will land if I don't hit him. The downside is if he shoots missiles long enough, you don't get a chance to hit him. If you miss that chance to hit him, he lands. And if he lands, you lose at least 30 seconds. The thing is, he flies around, he shoots missiles, so he can just stall for as long as he wants. Okay, I accidentally shot too soon there, so I'm gonna be down an explosive in Monkey Madness, the last level. That's kind of a big deal since you need 5 for the clown. Alright, and that would be the TV tower.
Yes!
You can jump there! Okay. So this is a weird position for me to be in, because this is technically a 56 pace run. So I'm gonna need the Sky Flyer before I need the RC car. So I equip the Sky Flyer, and then we go into the last level. Again, we're tasked with just going and catching Spectre. But this time, there's a bit more to it. Natalie and the Professor were kidnapped after the events of Crumbling Castle, so we have to save them. Professor's over here in the circus, so we'll go save him first. I don't know, I like him more than Natalie for some reason. Those suicide balloons are a bit of a pain, though. So we can just jump off that cookie jar, put there to restore your health, and now we wait. 1, 2. The clown has a lot of invincibility time. Oh, I messed up that hit. So whatever direction you're facing, the camera faces that way after. So I make sure to face the direction I'm going to want to go in the end. So now we go over to the Terror Coaster, which is a boring auto-scroller. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask, because I've got about a minute and a half. Yes, Elite, this is world record pace. Given your run-killing powers, Lane, yes, it would be a bad time to believe in the run. So yeah, no big deal, just jumping over all the gates. The Spectre coins I picked up, there's 60 of them in the game. You don't need them for any percent. I just make sure to time the second jump to get the second one 400% wrong. Okay. So coming up is something that's actually kind of a death-defying jump. Literally, if I screw it up, I die, and lose probably 20-30 seconds. I need the net now. Oh, I almost had it, too. So you can catch all of these in one go. That was really lucky. I just really screwed it up. I'm gonna need the Stun Club next. Actually, yeah, this is the exact setup I need. So now we exit the level to warp out. Re-enter, and then immediately I need to have the super hoop started, because for some reason having it running interrupts a cutscene load. So normally Jake goes and challenges you, but by just having since he just re-entered the level, it has to load that again. So it takes time to load that. So by doing what I just did there, it actually saves 2 seconds or so. Just having the hoop going. Which is something you'd want to do anyway, because it's faster. So these cars can be kind of annoying. So for some reason, the developers didn't give him invincibility time, so you can just beat him up. I like beating him up like that. So now there's just one boss left, and that boss would be Spectre himself. We'll be seeing him in probably about 6 minutes or so, I think. He's pure luck right now. Okay, so yeah, I have the exact right gadget set up, and then I need to do some menus. So, any pretense of this being an ordinary amusement park is now gone. Music, gone. Something I should probably mention that I haven't mentioned yet is that having a gadget such as the Stun Club or the Monkey Net out, like extended, actually keeps you from taking fall damage. So there's only a few places where it comes into play, but when it does... So right there, when I swung the Stun Club, that was to avoid fall damage. And we'll go for it. So right here is a little strategy that saves a small amount of time. You throw yourself into a pit, alert the monkey, and die. Now the best music in the game starts playing. And those guided pellets I picked up earlier, entirely for these UFOs. Those are really good UFOs. Because I had 6 guideds. Okay, so now we go to my preferred setup for this stretch of the game. No Stun Club, no Monkey Neck. I actually catch no more monkeys in the entire game. So I think a lot of people remember this part as being really, really, really hard as a kid. And I do too. I spent like 2 hours trying to do this stretch. At one point. I could not do it. But now, it takes like 4 minutes still, I think. But it looks so ridiculously high. This is the best part of the game, bar none. Jump off the cookie jar to skip a go-around to the spiraling room. Jump straight onto this platform to skip another one. A little bit of lag reduction there. Actually, a lot of it. That area is stupid laggy. So we wait here to avoid being hit. Getting knocked down wastes, as you might imagine, a lot of time. Okay, so this part's not as bad as I just made it look. So those are annoying. Let's skip them. And Pong. Amarak. Okay, that's a lot of frames. You didn't miss anything now. I'm actually gonna just go for the safe strat here. This actually has 56 potential if I'm lucky. I need to get lucky though. And if I'm lucky, I get a 56. If I'm not, I'd still probably get a PB out of this run. So I need to get basically a pretty much perfect end final boss fight for a 56 to happen right now. So this phase is all skill. And that's that phase. So now it's up to the RNG, completely and totally. Spectre has 4 different attacks he can pull out at any time. You can only hit him after one of them. And it's not that one. It's not that one either. It's that one. So the reason I'm doing this with the slingback shooter out is because that's the only time you can be in first person view during this fight. It also reduces lag a lot. Yep, no 56 here. But I should be getting a PB out of this. Yeah, I'm getting a PB right now. This is gonna be at like a 57-15 or something. So this phase is, again, skill-based. You wait for him to blow up part of the floor, and you hit his button. Okay, 57-21. That is a PB.
You ruined everything! If it weren't for you, everything would be perfect! Spectre, put a stop to this now! I'm taking you back to the amusement park. You must be joking! You're not taking me anywhere! I'll never go back! I'm never going back to that rotten place! You listen, and you listen good! I will return! And when I do, I'll destroy you!
I don't think I can outdo that run right now.
Next time, I won't fail! Wait! Spectre! Yes!
You did great.
Oh, that feels good. I'm glad that PB'd. I actually had good commentary going there because I was practicing commentary for SRC. So shoutouts to SRC for the commentary there, I guess. Like, my commentary kind of got a bit worse as the run went on, I'll admit. But that's just because I was, like, oh hey, this is like a possible PB. Okay, this actually was looking a lot like a PB. That was so good.